So let's talk about when you don't know that you're a self-loather, and when you are trying to get your family to respect you, honor you, and you don't think they do. But meanwhile, it's because they don't respect and honor themselves. They can't give you what they're not. But what if you were always trying to get the respect and the honor from everyone because you made everyone into a nipple? Because you get your love from your family, you get your love from your friends. Well, that's what the majority does. I don't get my love from my family. I shine my love on my family, and I'm trying to teach my family to shine their love on me. If we rely on our families to fill up our tank, our love tank, our heart, then we're going to have heart disease. That's why heart disease is the main killer. Now, when you can't face something properly and understand that you're responsible filling up your own heart, your own gas tank, okay? That is your gas tank, is your heart. Your heart knows everything. Your heart has more energy in it, the frequency that comes out of it, it's unmeasurable. But it actually is unmeasurable. And the heart doesn't get cancer. The heart only gets heart disease, and the heart records all your emotions. Now, what if family was everything? What if you had to have approval from everyone in the family? Well, we're going to find out that if you do, you're going to have a face-off.
Yeah. So this is an ongoing... Daryl's worked on my face 4 times. I fell carrying a vase of flowers on Thanksgiving, heading up to my family or the gathering. And I had picked all the dahlias, and I drove for 5 hours. I got out of the car, walked 2 steps that I've walked 100 times, and tapped the vase in the door jamb. I blame it on a dog, but it wasn't. It was just not being in the present moment. And I filleted my face.
But hold on, why weren't you in the present moment? We got to go.
Oh, tell the story of that.
Oh no!
Not
do
the
you see
story.
do you see how the subconscious only wants to tell the story about the accident and not how?
There. I was going to get there when I called you and Lori.
You were going to get where?
To the. Well, I cut my face open.
She didn't cut her face. She filleted it.
This whole thing was...
She cut this, and it went all the way. And the first time I worked on you, it was that much where the scar was. That's how deep the scar was. And there was this big ridge here, right? And then the back, everything behind it was jamming up her lymph nodes. So it was all puffy all the time. Because you got to get rid of the scar tissue because it's the dam. That's why whenever you get surgery or you get like a cyst removed or you get a fibroid removed, or they go in and get rid of a calcification, they cause the scar tissue formation that actually causes the mutation that gets you later, unless you get a non-surgical therapist to go in after you're healed and pull the fibers apart so it becomes beautiful tissue again. And that's what we're going to do in a few minutes here.
Back to Daryl's reminder, I had had a falling out with one of my sisters, and he's right. I was always trying to have the family approval, thinking I had the best life ever. So I'd had the falling out with her, and it's the first time I'd seen her. And I was nervous, and I walked up the door, and literally I fell on my face. This was all cut open.
You will fall on your face every day when you need your family to give you approval that you're worthy to be loved. You take that to the bank.
Absolutely. We're standing outside still, and this is pumping, and I've been told that if it was a 1/4 inch lower, I'd have been dead in a minute. But as it was
but then
big.
The medical system is always going to give you the traumatic drama story so that you can rely on them and nobody else from now on. And it could be a true story, but guess what? I'd like to talk about how when I was born, they said I would never live. And that everybody's almost has that story in here. Isn't that a miracle?
That's true.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, after getting to a hospital a half an hour away, then getting on a plane and flying, I phoned Daryl right away at the hospital and said, so what's this from? Because he always says, go back 24 hours for any accidents to see what had happened. And I've rolled in 3 vehicles. I've been a calamity for most of my life, trying to tempt,
My
realizing
family will love me even if I
Right.
have to kill myself. I'll get them all to come to the hospital and get down on their knees and beg God, please, that I hang around with them.
and you don't even know you're doing it. You just start just living life, and no, I never would have associated any of the things in the life I've had. So I had a chat with him, and he told me what to do, and in regards to the nutrition. I mean, I was already on Tummy Love and everything else. My bacteria was good, so I didn't have to worry about that. But they did 50 stitches in here, and they cut the 5 muscle groups and the lymphatic system.
How's it looking for 50 stitches? Without the non-surgical, without the cell-sonic, this ain't happening.
My lip wasn't even together. Nothing was there.
I met you here in Airdrie in March, and you don't look at all like the woman I saw Daryl working on.
Yeah.
How long ago did that happen?
How
2
long
years.
ago?
It'll be 3 years coming up on Thanksgiving.
3 years, yeah.
And it's been massive at times, better at times. It's a nemesis. There's
No.
certain things.
It's been better at times when I've been in love with myself. And
That's
then
true.
other times when I get my anxiety and I fall back into my old programs and I make my family into one big nipple, it swells.
Yeah. Okay. So this will be the 4th time Daryl's worked on it. And the first couple times it wasn't so bad because there was no feeling. But now I am actually getting feeling. So you know that you're in for a real treat when there's non-surgical done on your face.
So here's the thing. So understand, when we don't have feeling, okay, when somebody sits on their foot, your foot didn't fall asleep. The bend in your foot, because there was scar tissue in there already or calcium buildup in the joint, there was enough calcium and scar tissue buildup in the joint that when you bent your foot shouldn't fall asleep, even sitting on it. So that means you need that area of the body, like when your arm falls asleep or things fall asleep. That's because there's a knot up here of scar tissue. So it's not always asleep, but if I go like this and I lean on it, it shouldn't fall asleep. No, nothing falls asleep in you until the older you get, it starts falling asleep. It doesn't fall asleep. What happens is the nerve, it's like the nerve gets pushed on. And understand something, there is no, just so you know, guys, nerves don't die. They get wrapped in scar tissue and calcium. So I don't care, anybody that has, where they say you have stenosis in your spine or you have no feeling in your toes anymore, that can all come back with our work. So the reality is this, is that she had so much scar tissue in there, she could get the cell-sonic, the non-surgical, and it wasn't so tender. Today, she's going to squirm. And can we today, Sim, can you make sure that you lower these gently and move them over there once I get situated? And we're going to let you watch and understand something. Yes, our work, and you've seen it, the work can be painful, but in just a matter of 30 seconds to 3 or 4 minutes, what kind of work do we do here? Miracle work, right?
Miracle work.
Because it doesn't matter how much you try to manipulate, you have to pull the fibers apart. And once you do, the spirit energy, the blood, the lymph gets in there and it automatically turns back into beautiful, youthful, connective tissue. So now you don't have the scar tissue. When we work on someone, we're not breaking up anything. Nothing's floating off in the body. There are the issues, the invisible issues, psychological issues you bury in your scar tissue that relieve itself. That's where the crying comes in. That's where the emotional up and down feeling, because our body becomes a storage house for things we can't address, we will suppress. And we store them here until we evolve enough to deal with unconditional love with these things that we couldn't before. Are you with me?
Wow.
Did
But
you get
there's
this?
a part 2.
Part 2.
There's
Okay.
There's a part 2 to this that I just put together yesterday, because this was one thing, but when I took my first course, I had an abusive relationship when I was really young, and I had
None of us have ever had one of those except for her, but go ahead.
Yeah, and I had 19 stitches on my face in various places. from
Wow.
that.
So you see, she still has not resolved the issues way back then. So guess what? Now she just does it for herself. hey, look it, he's not around anymore. I'm a self-server.
It was, all the scar, I've had so many things worked on since I started this work where I had a stitch come out of my mouth 40 years after the incident when Abby did my face. But going through when I had all that work done to take away all the scar tissue and the emotional releases back then.
With the non-surgical?
I couldn't get past, Daryl did my chin and he got to here. And so then what do I have to do 3 years later to get rid of the rest is I have to literally cut that side of my face. So
She filleted her face.
Now he has to do the other side that you never got to finish from the first one when we did all the face work and took out all the scar tissue from the other things. It was interesting how this was the only place I couldn't take anymore. So he says, you have to get the rest of your jaw done the next time I see you. So in the meantime, I go and follow my face and do all this damage just so he could get in and finish the other side. But it's amazing, the work. I mean, to pull a stitch out 40 years later that had been inside of there for all that time, right? Yeah.
Issues in your tissues.
Yeah, and how great it feels not to have that, to have little tiny, there's things left in people, but to have all of that gone that slips away, it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll set up in the middle. If you guys can move one of these each. We're going to move you guys, so we'll try not to make you dizzy if you want to see. Now understand something, okay? If you are suffering from the only virus that I know that ever is on this planet called victimitis, you'll want to now just go and do something else and don't stay here. Because if you're a victim, you're going to see that she is going to go through a little bit of emotional pain, but it's not going to last long, and we will give her a lifetime of relief. Yes, is that a lie?
Not at all. And I mean, yes, when you're in there, you every second seems like 10 minutes. Yes. But it's just the love that you get from it. I mean, I had your poor foot last time, and I think it was like a leverage for me. If it gets too bad, I can just break his toe. But like I was squeezing that foot, and you knew it, and you're just like,
I was just about to call a tow truck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but it's, I think we should almost have it now.
Well, let's find out. But know this, that she is going to be more sensitive because she's waking up now. So here's what happens. Remember the foot that was numb? You sat on it, you said the muscles didn't go to sleep. It was the nerve. The nerves were not asleep. They were wrapped in scar tissue and calcium because we had inflammation, inflamed. So then we had neuritis, nerve inflammation. Nerve inflammation causes scar tissue to wrap around it. Remember Grandpa? He's like this. Oh, Grandpa, you look like you're really hurt. Nope, don't feel a thing. Because everything's wrapped in scar tissue now and he's as stiff as a board. So it might be really good to not be stiff as a board and learn to be flexible. And don't be the oak tree, be the willow, where you know what? You have giving. And the giving is the giving to yourself, is the giving.
And have fun again. Like, just have fun.
Just have fun.
Time.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move to the center. If you girls want to, yeah, do the whole thing. But you're going to have to lower it. Well, she can in a second. You're going to have to come close to us and lower it. So let's sit here. Let's sit here. Can you guys come around this side and we'll be here so that all the students can see? I'm over here. Over here. And then I'm going to do this side, so you need to be on this side. And then no, guys, can you be right there?
Okay.
Over there. Go slowly, because you don't want to make somebody dizzy. Okay, all right. So, understand something. Come closer. Come close as you possibly can so they can hear. Lower it more, please, all the way down.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, come closer. That we take up almost the whole thing. Well, okay, can you see? Right, that's it. Okay, make sure yours is the same. Good. Now, for all of you, move if you can't see, please. Just move to the side. Can you guys see? Okay. Okay. So, understand. So, if somebody goes to a massage therapist, okay, or any body workers, what they're going to do, okay, is they're going to try to work on their neck on a table. First of all, we are up close and personal. If you don't get up close and personal when you work on human beings, you know how I was taught to work first thing I ever did, well, first I became a clone therapist because you play Inky Dinky Schnitzel House for a while. Then I went and became a registered massage therapist, and it only took me 3 months, guys, and I was done. I wouldn't even pay my dues anymore because they taught you how to work like this, arm length away, and you never get anything done. And if you use your hands, you can't help people. I'm telling you, you can't. That's not true, Daryl. I make people feel good all the time. Sure you do. But that only lasts, you know as well as I do, that you get a massage, it feels really great. For a few hours, it's over. Because unless you are going to deal with the scar tissue issue and the displaced calcium, then it's not going to be permanent. And I'm telling you, this stuff will be permanent if you can teach your clients, patients, to actually change their personality. Because then they'll change your reality. But they don't even know how to do that. That's why you're going to be learning how to do Braveheart circles in your town, in your city, in your country. Right? A 4-day Braveheart circle will save more suicides and more people from getting surgery and more people from doing drugs, street or prescription. And know this right now. There was, in the United States, okay, and I think in Canada too, I'm not sure, so don't quote me. But now, you don't have to get birth control with a prescription. It's over the counter now. What? Now we've got a disaster happening. Okay, all right. So now, here we go. So right at the end, can you come closer to my knee? Because it's smaller. See how it opened it up more? Mm-hmm. And then take a look at Tracy. Okay, see how open that is? And you should have taken your chains off.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so now look what we've done. We've opened up the neck. I need you guys to get this. I don't care if they say that they have any type of neck problem, surgery, I've had pain there all my life, and understand, everybody has neck problems now. Do you know why? Because the vagus nerve runs from the brain here, right down like this. And that's why everybody's neck is stiff, because of the 3 years of COVID, okay? And the reality is it's all the inflammation, creating the crystallization, the calcification, and the scar tissue in here, and that's why this feels like a steel cable. We can actually take somebody that can't even do this. They can't even move their neck like this, and they will have this. And they'll have this after an hour treatment with us, and it doesn't go away. Does it go away? How many days have we done it before? And you only have one side done. We haven't even done the other side. We only did one side. You've got all that range of motion. Listen, they can only do this. When you're done, they'll do this. They'll do that. This getting older thing is a bunch of BS. You should be able to do what you did when you were younger. You won't be as crazy. You change, of course. You calm it down. But the reality is I have the same body I had when I was in my 20s and 30s. I do. Yes or no?
Yes.
You see my flexibility. Both of my parents passed on before 55. So you're going to have right out to the end. You're going to use this leg as a brace. We're going to come in, and the first thing you're going to do is work the back of the ear. We're going to unhook this. Okay? She's still hooked. She's got look at this. Look at this. Mm-hmm. See this?
Yep.
That is a calcified knot right on her vagus nerve, which is called the wandering nerve, which is the longest nerve in the world, that dumps the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins that give her joy. And there's a knot right on it. Oh no, she's not a psycho. Feel how loose it is? Can you hear the crunching?
Yep.
Yeah. It's breaking up really nice. You know, with the Celsonic, everybody wins. We get so much more work done. But there is no body work, because does anybody know I have traveled the world? I haven't found body work like ours. Remember something. People who do body work, they'll work the whole body, they'll work the whole back. little do they know, we only have to work a spot maybe this big, and we'll give people the relief they need, that they come off their drugs, because it's all about that one knot. That one knot is like a domino effect to the rest of that part of the body. Don't forget to breathe, love. So she'll tell you how she feels once we get done here. It's so much easier. Now I'm cleaning. I'm going underneath, right underneath here, and I'm cleaning it out. Now there might come a time here where all of a sudden she's just going to go, and then there's going to be an emotional pour.
It's already there.
It's already there. You cannot. Here we go. Listen to this. Turn it off, and you'll probably hear it from here. We just, you know that knot, that calcified lump, it just broke off, didn't it?
Oh.
Now I'm breaking it up. She can feel it.
Oh, jeez.
And the next one will be a swear word. It's almost clean. Take a little break.
Oh, my ear feels fantastic.
See? And guess what? Not only will her hearing be better right now, sometimes we just need to do this, and guess what? Their hearing comes completely back. So Lori comes back, ask her. I worked on a lady, okay, just a while ago, completely deaf in her ear. I worked a half an hour right here. That was only 6 months ago. She still has complete hearing. They came all the way from England to get me to work on it. All the way, because you couldn't find anybody. Here we go. It's clean.
Oh,
Nice.
It's just a little bit underneath here, where the eye. Oh, you feel it? Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Just snapped. You cannot hurt them. Okay? You know what? They're going to tell you you can. No. Let's don't go in and melt the crystallization. Let's don't go in and break up the displaced calcium to get it back in the bones. No, let's don't go in and get rid of the beef jerky that they're going to keep an eye on until it's big enough that they can go in and cut it out. You decide whatever you want to do. It's your life. I call BS. Okay. No, we're not done. So no clapping. Don't ruin it. Just give her a second to breathe. There's no clapping. Just leave it.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, don't. It's just no more. No. When we're doing the circle thing and telling stories, and there's a Braveheart story, but please don't do that.
Okay.
It's okay.
Makes me happy.
I know. Understand something. Most of the world is never going to embrace themselves. There'll be people on these platforms here that are going, he should go to jail. And these are the people we will love anyway.
Oh.
Okay, you okay?
All right. The only day I decided to wear mascara.
Oh, can I get something for my pants?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, all right. Or she gets the dry cleaning bill. Okay.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah. There.
Yeah. Should have thought of that.
Okay, let her flow.
Okay.
Let her go.
Yeah.
Let's get in here and get this done. Okay? Still hard in here. So I'm not going to get it all because this is the trauma point for the vagus nerve. And it's, look at this. It's looser, but you see how it's still a rock? I'm going to try to open it up. And then we're going to come down her jaw. Okay? You guys understand what you're going to be learning? Yeah. So understand this, and please don't take this wrong. Do not worry about other practitioners if they're upset with you, because they will be in your area. How would you like it if you went to a practitioner every week or every second week for years, and then people are going to come to you, and guess what? They go, oh my God, that's more relief than I've ever had. And guess what? You guys are going to be giving a money back guarantee on your first treatment that you will outdo everything that they've ever done before. And guess what? All our practitioners do it. No, we got it. No, we did it. And now we're going to come onto our jaw, and then we're going to do the FU point. This is where we hold the anger. It's called the TMJ. So now we're going to get this. Then we're going to come down here, and we're going to do this. You weren't here when I did my lecture. I did a lecture. How many days ago was that? 10 days ago. And understand something. This is that one treatment. How incredible did we make it? 10 days ago.
Amazing. And I drove
The
home.
change, hardly anybody could see.
Yeah.
You could see the indent in the scar.
It was hooked all over.
And I worked on it for 3 minutes, 4 minutes maximum. That's all I did. So today we're doing a little bit more because I want to get in there and just, let's get her done. For TMJ's good. Hardly anything in there. Okay, when I first used to work on her TMJ,
Oh, yeah.
it was about the size of a small grape, and that was all the FUs. When you are not allowed to speak your voice and you are shut down, you will go, "You made me so mad," when you can't speak properly. That's why, guess what? I'll tell you right now, there's not a person out there. There might be 1 in 1,000, okay? It's okay. There might be 1 in 1,000 that actually need their mouth brace. If we work on their TMJs and go and loosen it, that $10,000 mouth, the $20,000 mouth brace is in the garbage. And then all they need to do is go back to their practitioner 3 to 5 times, and you've restructured the whole jaw and the whole mouth. It's BS. And believe this, if they say that your teeth aren't growing right, if you do Merigen and Dentagen, your teeth will straighten out.
2 and 2, like twice a day each one.
Yeah. 2 and 2. 2 Dentagen, 2 Merigen at the beginning for the first maybe 1 to 3 months.
How long would it take to straighten out?
I don't know. How much sugar do you take? How much refined carbs do you eat? Okay? And how much of this do you do? How much of that? Okay? Do you promise to lose the weight?
It's not for me, it's for me.
No. Do you promise to lose the weight?
Yes.
Do you promise to gain the weight if you're underweight?
Yes.
Because people who can't gain weight when they're underweight, it's only because they run an anxiety program so much that you can't get enough calories. Man, I'm exhausted. What'd you do today? Nothing. I just beat the living crap out of myself all day long because I'm unworthy. Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Here we go. Always see your hand. Never make a fist. Why? She's releasing emotional issues out of the tissues. They are going to go up through my arm, I swear to God. If I have my hand closed, it'll go up and it'll go around and back into me. And then I'll have a neck problem or a headache. If I keep it like this or like this, it's going to come up and out of my hand. You don't think we transfer? So if you want to transfer and let go, so you're never going to have a fist. Okay? Are you with me?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay, I need to be quiet. It's not hard work. You make your elbow into the finest surgical tool in the world. It's called non-surgical because guess what? People don't go to surgery when they come to us, even if they're booked a week later. Because if they come one time and we can prove it to the subconscious that just because you created a situation and they say you're bone on bone or the nerves are dead, that's a lie. You're not bone on bone. You took the calcium and you calcified your cartilage. Whether it's the hip, whether it's the knee, whether it's the neck, whether it's any joint in the body. And that's them, liar, liar, pants on fire. And they don't even know they're lying because you only know what you know. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay. Remember something, we're the ones that give the money back guarantee. So if we weren't right, we'd be broke.
Right.
I haven't paid you, so. Oh. 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 That feels better.
So understand something. You can have a few minutes of where you are going to understand that pain has always been a GPS, and you're going to be an observer looking at it and going, holy crap, what a bunch of stuff I suppressed.
Yes.
If I could learn how to take massive personal action and create a perfect day for myself, I would not have to live in hell.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'd have to love yourself.
Mm-hmm.
There's the obstacle that the biggest program, and if there's a sin, I will accuse almost every church of it. I didn't say every. I will accuse the government of it. I will accuse the medical system of it. I will accuse, not accuse like sentence, but even natural health practitioners that tell you should cleanse every 6 months when you should be having the most beautiful, unconditional love and caring day every day from the moment you rise till you close your eyes, so you don't ever have to detox. Why would you build it up? Why would you build up all that emotional BS? Why would you say, oh, it's time to do a cleanse now because I feel like crap? Why would you want to be like crap? Well, because you're using the same system the medical system uses. Don't come to us unless you're broken. And then guess what? We will fix you. And is that true?
No.
Oh, they'll fix you already.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put them down. If you've got a critical, life-threatening situation, go to them. But the problem is everybody thinks every situation is life-threatening and critical. Okay, here we go. We're going to just do the straw and we're done. Oh, you could feel what I'm feeling. We're going to go in one more time and then one more time after that and we're done.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's harder on you. I know it's hard on you. Like it's,
So
he's,
the reality is that I've been breaking, right? So why is somebody timing it? I bet you that's been 3.5, 4 minutes. So I'm going to finish here in another minute and a half. So let's say we did a whole 5.5 minutes work. So would you like to have 5.5 minutes for 50 years of 50 more years of peace? Do you have pictures of your face?
I'll show them after.
We should
Yeah.
give me a before when you did it and an after, and we will post that.
yeah,
We'll post it up on here today
yeah. It's
because
unbelievable.
it's miraculous.
I would have been twisted. I would have had a lip up here.
Scar tissue is what twists you physically,
Yeah.
and dysfunctional beliefs are what twist you mentally. And the psychological rules the biological. She set herself up for this.
And prove and maybe we don't need to prove things, but I guess I did, and
What did you prove?
I proved that this could be healed with what we do.
Yes.
I proved that. I mean, all I used was our products, right? I used the silver bullet gel, like it's going out of style. The DMSOs, just our product.
The C60.
C60, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the Beyond Beauty.
And Beyond Beauty moisturizer.
And the drops,
Has
right.
everybody tried our moisturizer?
Yes.
You
Nothing
just
like
know
it.
that if you were to compare it to, there's one with Fabuze, it's called. I can't say it. But that one there is $390. And how much is ours?
65.
$65.
US.
You like, well, whatever. There's always got to be somebody.
Well, we are in Canada.
Just clarifying.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Exactly.
That's how the world revolves.
I know.
One more time, and we're done.
That Sonic is fantastic. So you have to see Jason for that.
You have
If
no
anything.
idea. That's why
Yeah.
we have what's called the power pack. And when you see people don't invest that kind of money without great backing.
Well, how many staff?
I mean, do you know how many people we've sent, Jason? Their business was built by us already. And their Cellsonic will be paid off in 6 to 9 months. And that's 125,000 US. Why? Because it's the most powerful energy medicine device in the world. 25,000 volts put into a field. It has every loving, healing frequency all in one pulse. Oh, I want to get a Rife machine, and then, no, that's 80 years old. This is the most powerful. This will actually fracture calcium that's displaced to get it back in your bones because it ionizes it. It will take scar tissue and make it back into connective tissue. It will create a frequency that turns off stage 4 inflammation, which they call cancer. I didn't say we cure it. It'll turn it off, but it'll be turned back on unless you change your personality. Because they tried to prove through the Genome Project that cancer was genetic, and they found out it's epigenetic. That's why nobody's allowed to know about the project that U.S. taxpayers paid millions of dollars for, to find out that the medical system wanted to tell everyone that everything's genetic and you are not in control of your own destiny and your own healing. And they found out they were full of BS, but they're still not talking about how things are not genetic. They're still pitching it, aren't they?
And the frequency is 25,000?
It's a 25,000 volts.
Love harmonic.
Yes.
I felt it when they did the Cellsonic during the lecture. I literally felt it fracture the calcification.
You'll
on
feel
my
it.
jaw.
So here's what it
It
does.
was-
Any calcium that's displaced from the bones, it will create small fractures that causes ionization, called calcium ions. Those calcium ions, they carry on, are you ready for this? They carry on 125,000 hormonal and chemical processes per second. Those calcium ions then carry the displaced calcium back into the same bone it was lost in. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Are you talking about incredible? The body's amazing. This is not about the equipment. It's about bringing down the thunder, okay, and creating an electrical storm. Now, why am I right? And nobody's ever going to come up against me on this, because you have what's called mitochondria in every cell. They spin 2,500 times per second when you're healthy. When you're not healthy, they only spin 300 to 600 times per second. They create the ATP, they create all your energy, that you either have energy or you don't. You either heal or you don't. Now, when that ATP is created when you're spinning 2,500 times per second, it dumps out ATP out of the potassium sodium pump. It goes into the extracellular fluid where it becomes a lightning bolt and creates a new cell. So now, guess what? Do you know why? Why did I tell the story? Do you know why the mitochondria are not spinning? Because they're calcified. And one pulse will decalcify a mitochondria. And that's why when it does its spin instantly, it shuts down what they call stage 4 inflammation. That's real science. And this is why I ended up on Marketplace. Oh, do you feel how clean it is? It's clean.
Yay.
Yeah, but somebody needs to go back in here again in a week to 10 days. I won't be here. I'll be in Australia teaching another course. So we've got 2 lectures in Sydney, 2 in Melbourne, 1 in Sydney. And then we go to Coffs Harbour to teach the course. That's it, we're done. So why don't you sit in front, take a breath, come over here back into the...
How's my hair now? Beautiful.
Come closer with me.
Okay.
Come up here, right here.
Thing.
Okay, all right. Okay, now take a look, guys. Look at it.
Oh, wow.
So whether you want to believe it or not, it was out not a 1/4 inch. It was out by a little bit more than a 1/2 inch.
Yeah.
That was the step after it healed. Look at what we've done.
Yeah. Will this puffiness be gone? Or it is better?
Yeah, yeah, but it's better because I just did
Smoother.
it. I've only come to here. This time I came around the corner to your chin. So if you want, if this is healed, I can do it in, no, I won't be able to. Just get
Anybody?
get any of the master practitioners here to do it. But finish it off. Let's get her done. Okay. Anything you want to say?
Thank you.
No, I feel fantastic. I feel really blessed that I have this guy that, you know, it's changed, the whole thing has changed my life so much. And I thought I had the best life in the world when I met him. I really did. I was that stubborn and that delusional and that, but now I realize that I do. And it's me, like, it's caring about yourself, first and foremost.
Before anything else.
And I'm not emotional at all. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Wow.
Thanks for joining us,
I
everyone.
don't know how.
How do you repay me? You go out and you shine your light everywhere you go for all our brothers and sisters and stop the enslavement of terrorizing. That's how you do it. You stop reacting, you stop attacking, and you start loving yourself. That's all I want from everyone. I don't want anything. I don't want thanks. I don't want anything. Remember something. We're stuck with each other for eternity on some level. Oh, shit. Thanks for joining us.